Alright, what is up y'all? We're here today for week 6 of the PBL, the Professional Battlers League, and we go against JP3 Games. Now, you should see his team on the screen. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. That is so much bulk. Oh my god. And then you got Hydreigon and Metagross and Breloom kind of backing it up. You know, it's not going to be fun to build for. But luckily for me, I have some stuff that I think is really going to help. Banded Zygarde absolutely cleans through this man's team. You can see that the set I got, I'm adamant, hit hard as hell. I got enough speed for everything that I need because I'm pretty sure Hydreigon is going to be Scarf, so I'm not going to be able to outspeed that anyways. So we have Toxic on there because P2 can eat, if it's physically defensive, P2 eats 1,000 arrows for days. So we predict the switch, we go for the Toxic. Everything is all fine and dandy, and then we click 1,000 arrows the rest of the time. A lot of members of his team are very, very weak to this Pokemon. Pretty much everything except for P2, Breloom, and Mega Blastoise, I think. Clef, obviously, but he has a lot of stuff weak to Ground or Dragon, basically. And hopefully Toxic should be able to do some stuff. I was running Iron Tail at one point, but I'm never gonna click it, man. It's not accurate enough for me to ever click, basically. So we're just gonna go with old Toxic, and we'll just hope for the best. Then, as you can see, also he has no ground type, so Specs Jolteon is coming through. I'm modest. I got Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, HP Ground for the Magnezone, and Shadow Ball just to be able to hit Metagross super effectively. Although if P2 comes, I'm probably not going to be clicking it because I expect him to want to come in and, you know, trace my Volt Absorb. But I'm running Quick Feet, of course, because it's 2018. Who even runs Volt Absorb in 2018? But yeah, and so none of that. Then yeah, like I said, no ground type, so I volt around for free. I click Thunderbolt, and I get just mad kills with this guy, basically. And these two guys definitely deal with Toxapex, which is one thing I'm always worried about, because that thing is so bulky. It doesn't matter if you have super effective hits for that thing. It's going to live, and it's going to burn you, or it's going to set up a T-Spike, and it's going to be no fucking fun. Then we have Blacephalon, but Blacephalon, spoiler alert, doesn't actually hit the field, so I'm actually not going to show that set so I can bring that another week, because it was dank, I liked it. But then we got Mega Diancie. It's just a standard Rocks Diancie. I got Heal Bell on there just because I know he's going to want to be burning stuff, he's going to want to be toxicking stuff, just based on his team composition. Everything just about everything is going to have a status move on it, I assume. So we got to have the Heal Bell and do all that stuff. I'm going to do what I can to prevent T-Spikes. Luckily we do have our next Pokemon, which is Amoonguss, which can always come in, clean those things up. But Amoonguss is under a lot of pressure this game because, like I said, he is going to have most likely Scarf Hydreigon, and it does get access to Flash Cannon as well as Iron Tail, so I can't switch in Mega Diancie on it every time. I can probably do it once, but if I get predicted, that thing is gone. So Amoonguss is under a lot of pressure, and I can't really be swapping it in all willy-nilly to absorb T-Spikes, because I'm going to need every bit of damage that I can get to eat up those Dracos. So it's just max Bidef. I eat Dracos. I eat a Draco and then a -1 Draco, and I can synthesis up. If the sand isn't up, I can spore stuff, clear Smog versus stuff like Clefable and Toxapex if it wants to be just as cancerous as possible. And then yeah, that's pretty much it, man. This thing probably isn't even going to click any attacks. This whole game is just going to sit there and be annoying, basically. So it's a very good pivot versus him. And once I can put something to sleep, that gives me a free switch on the next turn. And it's just going to work out. Then, finally coming to a game, like, I don't know, I love this Pokemon, but I just haven't found a good matchup for it until this week, because he has been bringing Scarf Hydra a lot. So Scarf Mineshow is obviously going to outpace that. I can high jump kick it and just fucking kill that thing, really. But I know how my luck has been lately, so I'm also running Drain Punch, because if I miss a high jump kick, I'm going to be so fucking mad. Also, you can tell I was really worried about missing because I'm also running Regenerator instead of fucking Reckless. So just in case I do miss a high jump kick, I can at least regenerate out and get most of that back. So that way if I miss a second one, I won't die at least, or something like that. I don't know. It also helps because I'm not bringing hazard removal this game. And like I said, my Diancie can't really be swapping in on stuff. So hopefully if he does want to Toxic Spike, stack me, and set up rocks and all that stuff, then I'll just regen out, so I'll be at full basically every time regardless. These 6 really do a number to his team. like for real. Basically, the game plan is if I just gotta depending on what he brings. I got to scout for the Scarf on Magnezone or Hydra, although it's probably going to be Hydra. It could be double Scarf. I could see double Scarf. Scarf Magnezone is kind of a pain for me to switch in because I don't have the Volt Absorb, so he won't know, I guess, but he can Volt Switch on me basically for free because I'm not going to be swapping in a Banded Zygarde, you know, on not super effective, but on an Analytic Flash Cannon potentially. So, yeah, with that, let's jump right into the battle though. So as you can see, he's brought Gigalith, Toxapex, Hydra, Metagross, Magnezone, and what was his last? Hold on, let's try this again. And Arcanine. Okay, so right off the bat, you can see he has brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ground weaknesses, and the other Pokemon is a Hydreigon, which is obviously still weak to Zygarde. So ground spam is going to be very, very good in this game. I'm just going to lead right off with Jolteon, just because I'm not sure what he's going to lead with, but if it's anything other than Hydreigon, I Volt. If it is Hydreigon, I have an Amoonguss to go into and start getting the ball rolling on putting stuff to sleep and all that fun stuff. So I have no way to remove hazards or prevent hazards, really. I can lead off with Magic Pounce Diancie, but Heavy Slam is gonna fucking blow me away. So I just Volt, get off some nice chip. Banded Thousand Arrows actually wasn't a guaranteed kill, so I did want to at least get a little bit of chip off on that guy. And we go right to Squishy. I know he's getting these rocks up. If he did want to go for Earthquake or something, I do have a solid amount of defense investment, or HP investment, so it's not going to be doing that much. I'm not taking Sandstorm damage, and I get a kill here, basically. So right off the bat, Squishy just comes right in on the Volt Switch and is just gonna click Thousand Arrows. So Thousand Arrows is, I never get tired of looking at Thousand Arrows. It looks so damn cool. Although only like 3 of those arrows hit Gigalith. 3 out of 1,000 arrows hit Gigalith, and that was enough damage. I don't know about all that, Game Freak. I think I'm gonna need to work on that next gen. But now Hydra's gonna come out, and he can go for U-turn if he wants, but just in case he does want to go for the Draco and just start blowing something away, even though I do have a Fairy in the back, I'm going to Amoonguss. I will eat this, even with the sand damage and the rocks damage, and he will not be able to 2-hit KO me without a crit. So Draco comes out. Such a powerful looking move. Look at that. Just summons comets from the sky and fucking just... But, yeah, so... Sandstorm and Black Sludge will basically negate each other, but I'm guaranteed to live the next one, like I said, unless I don't have a crit. And like a true fun girl, he goes 69 and comes right back up. But yeah, he's gonna switch out here. He's gonna go right into his Arcanine, which is a good play. You know, get the Intimidate, which doesn't matter, but he's a Fire type, and I know he likes to run Life Orb offensive Arcanine, so he's gonna blow me away with a Fire move. So I gotta put that thing to sleep. He's gotta go Night Night right now, because I'm not trying to switch into this Arcanine. And if you did want to be wacky and bring like a Life Orb with HP Ice, then I definitely do not have a good switch into this thing because Zygarde is going to get blown away. Yep, right back down to 69 and right back up. So I'm just going to switch out here. I'm going to go right to Diancie, and I figured I could get my rocks up here. This would be a good opportunity to get my rocks up. He's guaranteed to sleep for this turn, even if he does have the Iron Head. It comes down to like sleep turns and stuff like that. So yeah, I can just get at my rocks, but then I realize he has no ground type switch in, so I might as well just click Earth Power. Like, what's the point of even getting up my rocks if everything dies to ground attacks anyway? So he goes into Magnezone, which I'm assuming was Scarf because it did kind of blow me away. But I clicked Earth Power, so he swapped that in, I guess predicting my rocks, and yeah, I guess the Power Gem was a pretty obvious play there too. But yeah, Earth Power is gonna just destroy a whole family of Magnezones, and yeah, so we're sitting at 6-4. I got a Mega Diancie out on the field, and he's gonna go Metagross. Now, I don't kill this thing. I know Shuka is a pretty common item on this thing, so I definitely don't want to be doing all that. And Shuka does make sense because I do have, you know, ground spam. But just in case, we're gonna go into this guy. I figured he might just Bullet Punch, if anything, and or you know, he could be potentially choiced in some way or another. He just goes for the Meteor Mash. Does a solid amount of damage and gets the attack raise, of course, but judging by his damage, I could tell he was offensive. I was just gonna basically hope and pray he didn't have much, if any, HP investment, and Thousand Arrows does just kill. So if he did have some HP investment, that was a roll. If he was just straight up offensive, that killed every time. I don't know. I got the kill, I ain't complaining. Now he goes Hydreigon, and I know I switched in Amoonguss last time, so like, okay, he'll probably just U-turn out, but just in case, I'm gonna go right back into Diancie and be able to basically get another kill here. I'll take a little bit of rocks, of course. And he goes for the Draco, which does not affect me, unfort. and he goes into his Toxapex, I believe. Yeah. So at this point, I wasn't really sure. Oh no, okay, my bad. I got a little ahead of myself. Oh yeah, I know he's going to Toxapex, so I double back into Scoot. Oh, I'm not one to sit idly by and get switched out, and I double right into that boy Scoot. I'm Choice Specs. I get a Volt switch off. He has to switch out because Specs Thunderbolt does have a chance to kill, I think. So he goes into his Sleeping Arcanine. Now he's going to take a Choice Specs Volt switch, which is just going to do titloads of damage. Look at that. Look at that sleepy pupper getting electrocuted. And I think I go into Diancie again. No, I go to Squishy again. Yeah, we get some more Squishy kills. So if he is max speed, he does outspeed me. I have a lot of speed, but not quite max speed. So Cubic 7 goes for the Protect. I guess wanting to see what I'm gonna lock myself into, which makes sense. And I'm just gonna go for 1,000 arrows. Of course. Why click anything else? So, like I said, I got a little bit of bulk investment in me. I live extreme speed every day of the week, and yeah, even Life Orb extreme speed. So, 1,000 arrows claims its 3rd kill, and good God, Squishy is just a monster in this game. No Clef and no P2 made Zygarde just such a threat in this game, honestly. Like, good golly gee willikers. But now we can go to Hydreigon. I am in range of the U-turn, so even if I wanted to get ballsy and click 1,000 arrows again, I couldn't because U-turn would in fact kill me. So I go right on out into Fun Girl, take a little bit of rocks, and yeah, he just goes for the U-turn, which is perfect because if he Draco'd there, I actually did die. Although I would probably just have to switch back to Diancie. It would see if he made that switch as well. I don't know. It was a whole big thing, but yeah, he goes Toxapex. I outspeed Toxapex, and even if he did. Well, I'm pretty sure I outspeed Toxapex, but even if he didn't outspeed me, he couldn't. Even if I didn't outspeed him, sorry, he couldn't kill me with anything. So, man ain't running Ice Beam. Yeah, something else just goes to sleep here. I know Amoonguss is one of those annoying ass Pokemon that it's kind of cancerous to play against, but it's so good for my playstyle. Just getting that free switch into something offensive and heavy hitting. So. Yeah, Hydreigon hasn't burned, and he turns to sleep. I'm going to switch out. I don't know if he's also going to switch out or what he's going to do, so I try to kind of make the mid-ground play and go into something that can pressure both the Diancie and the, that can pressure the Hydreigon and the Toxapex. So I really wanted to click Earth Power here, but at this point I had already shown Earth Power, so I didn't know if he was just going to kind of let me have it, or if he was going to fight me for this 6-0 that I'm apparently trying to get here. Yeah. So I just go for the Moonblast just to play it safe. I really wanted to click Earth Power, I'm not going to lie to you, but it actually wasn't a 2-hit KO anyway, so I wasn't really too worked up about it. Now, I know I can live a Scald, so I just go for the Earth Power, do a clean chunk, a little bit, about half, something like that, but actually get the Spadef drop. After his Black Sludge, it wasn't really a kill, but now that I got the Spadef drop, this does kill. So, expecting him to want to go back into Hydreigon, and regenerate back out, get rid of his drops, and then probably just come right back in on the next Moonblast. I actually click Moonblast here, just trying to catch him slipping, but he actually stays in, and I think he just clicks Recover. So made a bit of an oversight there, but at this point I pretty much got the game in the bag. It's just going to come down to differential, and I kind of knew if anything he's going to be clicking Recover there, so it wasn't much of a drawback to kind of try to predict it. It's just going to make the game a couple turns longer. So, oh well. You got to sit here with me and listen to me talk shit about Total for a little while longer. But I can just click Earth Power now. If he does want to attack me, that's going to put it... Oh, almost kills. Oh my god. Oh my god. He on X Games mode. But yeah, I almost got that fucker. He must have lived at like 1 HP or something. I know JP here actually did do a live recording, so I'm super excited to see his side of the battle so I can see just what percentage that lived at, because that was stupid. But I am going to go for the 6-0. I got put down by JB the other week, so I do got to make sure I get as much differential as possible just to guarantee either the first place slot or even just getting into playoffs, because it is a pretty tight race at the moment. So he's back at full, but he does have a Spadef drop. But at this point, I can just Volt Switch. I can chip down this Hydreigon a little bit, which hasn't really taken any damage. It took a round of Sandstorm, but that's about it. So we get a Specs Volt Switch off on it. Just does a solid 25, or maybe 30, I don't know. But now we go right back out into Mine Shadow. Solid name, am I right? But, so yeah, I can just click U-turn. U-turn is going to put this thing in range of the Thunderbolt, so it doesn't really matter. I can just U-turn out on his probable Toxapex. It's a no drawback play. Just U-turn right on out. No point in, you know, going for the fighting move when there's a Toxapex in the back. But he's just stuck in the Vortex now, the good old Volt turn Vortex. And but at this point, I know Hydreigon is going to be 2-hit KO'd by the Thunderbolt, so I do kind of play around with sleep turns a little bit, but I don't really care at this point. I'm just trying to get this shit over with, and yeah. So Hydreigon comes back out. I'm gonna do, I think, 35 or 40 with the Specs Thunderbolt, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a solid chunk. So as long as he doesn't wake up right here, then we should be good to go. Yep, sleeping. All three of his, I never noticed that. All three of the heads are asleep. That's hilarious. But yeah, Hydreigon goes down. Scoop picks up a kill. We can't let Zygarde get all the kills. But now he does have a full health Toxapex. And I go for the Specs Modest Thunderbolt. And wow. Yeah, he lives at like 10%. He's not fucking around. That is a bulky boy. He must have been max Spadef. If he wasn't max Spadef, then I just got a huge low roll. But it doesn't really matter. He can't kill me with the Scald. Per usual, I got plenty of bulk on Jolteon, so I eat that. He gets the crit burn. It don't even matter. That's my boy Scoot. Now he finally is the fastest thing alive because he's burned and he has those quick feet. Toxapex goes down to the second Specs Modest Thunderbolt. And we pick up the 6-0 win versus JP. Definitely a good game to him. There at the beginning, it was a little rough. I know it was probably a little hard to find switch-ins for what am I saying? It was hard to pick switch-ins for Zygarde, but once he kind of got the late game going, he really made me work for it there. There was a couple times where I stopped even caring with the 6-0, like with those plays with Diancie, I was kind of just like, whatever, man. I'm just gonna click some buttons and hope for the best, because it did get a little drag on-y. That's not a word, but whatever. Towards the end, but definitely a good game to him. Check out his side. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing his side, and he makes some pretty damn good content as well, so check that out. And yeah, go ahead and like, go ahead and subscribe, do all that bullshit. Shout outs to Austin, who was kind enough to record our game this week, and yeah, bye forever.